that a real man needs to know when to listen. A person that can identify that somebody needs some help, somewhere they need help. I don't know it all. I don't. I'm not a master. I have no degrees. I am just now trying to get a degree. Okay. And it's not because I need a piece of paper. It's because you're not going to hide nothing from me. I'm going to open that book.
That's
and
right.
I'm going to read.
Right.
And I'm going to learn.
Right.
I'm going to learn. See what I'm saying? So I have to listen. And a lot of these kids, they just want someone to listen. They come over here, they talk, and I just listen.
Right.
I don't say nothing. Some of them look at me like, did I say something wrong? No.
Right.
I'm letting you talk. I'm letting you vent. You're not wrong. You're not right. There's nothing wrong. You want to talk. I want to listen. And if you need some advice, I'm going to tell you how I feel, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's your choice. And I just hope the advice I give you is the more positive way to handle things that will help you succeed in what you're trying to do and where you're trying to get to.
Right.
So I just listen. And when I listen and I pick that out, when it's time for me to talk, I sit them down. Hey, try this, try that. Check this out. Maybe it's this. Why don't you, sit down with your parents and say this. You ain't got to yell. You ain't got to be disrespectful. It's still their house. That's the bottom line. It's still their house. But if you don't tell them how you're feeling, like you're telling me, how are they going to know there's an issue? And once they realize that if things doesn't change, then you need to handle business in different manner.
Right.
But you don't know unless you open your mouth.
Right. Right.
You have to have that discussion with the problem. You have to get to the root of it to fix it.
Yes.
You're not going to just put a Band-Aid on it and say it's done. Because when you peel the Band-Aid off, guess what? It's coming back out.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And that's a very strong point. Very strong point. And this is what this show is all about, what we're about, and what we want the world to be able to see. Those who do need leadership and confidence and guidance and say, well, I just didn't have, a father in the house. I had a mother that in the house, she was on drugs. She was promiscuous. She had different boyfriends come in, and some of them boyfriends might have even touched some of them or done some inappropriate things to them because of their brokenness. So, like you said, listening, and listening is something that I do a lot of. I told you I'm the best ear hustler. I was ear hustling with my sons. Like, and it was like, hey man, who that is you talking to on that game, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bro. No, hell no. That's an inappropriate conversation right there at your age. Knock that out. That ain't gonna happen here. And that because there's a lot of people out there today who are evil, bro. What it is. Their entire intention is to prey on young men and women who do come from broken households, who are misguided, who are misleaded because they're easy to persuade. And back in the days, we grew up around the pimp era. And a pimp.
Give me 1 second. I apologize.
Anyway, what a pimp entire mission was to identify a woman who was weak. His entire goal was to identify a woman who he can tell from his experience of dealing with broken women, who's broken, who doesn't have a positive male role model in her life. Something right now, and he knows how to manipulate.
Yes.
So a manipulator, and in particularly in our community, is the most dangerous. That's another one I'm calling BS on. Manipulators.
Yes.
Trying to manipulate people and then prey on the weak and use them to your advantage and then discard them. That causes brokenness in your community.